On the Iran phone call, as well as the looming government shutdown, I'm joined by Democratic Congressman Tim Ryan, member of the Appropriations and Budget Committees. Representative Ryan, thank you for joining me on this Saturday morning.
Great to be with you.
May I get your reaction, sir, to this phone call between the president and the Iranian president?
Sure, a positive first step. Obviously you could see by the recent reporting that it's a very difficult issue in Iran. It's also a very difficult issue here. But I think it's positive. I think we just continue to move forward, have these kinds of conversations, and I'm glad the president is engaging at this level.
Okay. All right. We're going to move now to the possible government shutdown. As you know, Republican Senator Tom Coburn talked about it yesterday. Let's take a listen to this.
The only time you shut down the government is when you shut it down and refuse to open it until you get accomplished what you want. That will fold like hotcakes if they shut. No, we will.
The Republican Party, you mean?
Republicans will, sure.
Now, I want to emphasize one more time, Tom Coburn is a Republican. Maybe in the Senate it's that way, but do you buy that the House conservatives will fold?
I'm not sure. They've done a nice job of holding the line, and I think there are a lot of them in that caucus who think that somehow shutting down the government would be a badge of honor, quite frankly. I mean, they got to go back to these extremely conservative Tea Party factions in their congressional districts that are Republican districts, but the primary determines who the congressperson is, and you have to have the support of the extreme right wing, the extreme Tea Party groups. And so I think these members are in lockstep with their congressional district, at least that very small faction that they need in order to make it out of a Republican primary in order to become the congressperson down here. And that's really what's scary, is you have that very small group on that extreme right wing controlling government here, and really there is a hostage situation here.
Yeah. What are you to compromise on to avoid a shutdown? And also, are you getting leaks or impressions that there is anything that faction of the Republican House would be willing to compromise on?
No. No, I mean, these are things we should, these are not up for negotiation. Do you keep the government running? Do you pay the bills? And if you don't, you could, completely collapse the full faith and credit of the United States. Those aren't things you negotiate about. You pass those along, and then you sit down and you get back to regular order where you negotiate the budget process. And I've not heard anything from the extreme conservative Tea Party faction other than defunding or delaying the president's Obamacare plan that we implemented a few years ago. And the thing about it is, this doesn't make any sense. There's a Democratic Senate. There's a Democratic president who doesn't have to run for re-election, has 3 more years in office. He's not going to sign anything that defunds his signature legislative achievement. The thing that the program that's providing health care for millions and millions of young kids, we're going to throw them off. We're going to put lifetime caps back on insurance. We're going to, put back, you can deny people insurance because they have a pre-existing condition. The president's not going to do that. The Senate's not going to do that. So come back to reality, and let's have a real honest negotiation in the regular order in the budget process.
Let's look ahead to next year's midterms. Why would the voters for either party choose to re-elect the people who put them in this crisis?
Well, I think if you look closely, if you're paying attention, you see that it's the stubbornness of the Tea Party. I'll give you an example. We won, President Obama won Ohio. Sherrod Brown, a great senator from Ohio, he won Ohio. But the congressional delegation is 12 Republicans, 4 Democrats because of the gerrymandering. And I think if you look closely, you will see that it is this control from the extreme Tea Party of the Republican side that is governing things today. So I think Democrats have a heck of a shot of getting the House back, because most independents and moderate Republicans are going to say, we can't have this anymore. We can't have a conservative Tea Party member representing moderate, even-keeled, pragmatic Republicans. They would rather put in a conservative, moderate Democrat, at least to get the machinery of government moving again. So if they pay close attention, they're going to see where the problem is, and it's at the Tea Party.
Democratic Congressman Tim Ryan, one thing I do know for sure, you've got a long working weekend ahead of you, sir. Thank you very much for joining for spending part of the weekend with us.